Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it feels good to be back. It does, man. I have taken a bit of a hiatus. So, welcome back or welcome to Thoughts of a Predicate Winner. I appreciate you guys for watching. We're fixing to get into some of the music on this new Kanye album I'm going to give you guys a review. I have lived with this album for a couple of days. I've listened to it consistently as I would any Kanye album. I love Ye. And before we even get into this, I do want to say that Kanye does not have a miss to me in terms of albums, except for his albums with Ty Dolla Sign. The Vultures albums, there's some stuff on there I like for sure that sounds like Ye, and there's some stuff on there that I don't rock with. I don't like the direction of Vultures after the direction of Donda, right? Like Donda was this beautiful, blessed direction of like I'm surrendering to Jesus. I'm gonna try to do the right thing. I'm gonna try to live my life in a different manner for my kids, for my family. I'm gonna try to get back with my wife. I realized that didn't work out, but the direction that he was taking during Donda was amazing to me. Beeping out cuss words. I just thought that was dope. It was just really cool. To then go like the route of Vultures, which was like pornographic and the everything opposite of the direction of Donda. There was still some good music on there or whatever, but I've really been looking forward to the finalized version of Bully as it being, first of all, his first solo album in 5 years. And, in my eyes, Kanye hasn't had a miss yet in terms of solo albums. So when Bully came out, I was excited. Expectations are always high on a Kanye West album. They're always going to be high on a Kanye album. So without further ado, if y'all are ready to get into it, let's go ahead and review this album. But before we do, please, if you will, just take 2 seconds, click that like button for me real quick and hit that subscribe button for me. If you like content like this, you're going to find a lot more of it over here. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for helping my dreams to come true and talking about this hip hop thing and this rap stuff that we all love so much. And without further ado, let's get into this, man. I love the way that the album opens up with King. It set a good tone, set a good rhythm.
This is the new day.
And listen, I don't want to listen to the full tracks here, right? But I'm going to give
Now is the time. For nature in all her glory hath named you her king. She has named you the king.
Good intro. It's hype. The production is good. All right, let's go.
Named you the king.
This that feeling we need more of. The hating just brought me more love. Guaranteed my vice is different than yours was.
And see, his rhyme patterns here are good. He continues to flow well throughout the entirety of the track. I like King. I like it as an opening. One thing that stuck out to me like a sore thumb about King was how flat it sounds, right? There's a flat tone to it. Almost feel like it could be purposeful, so I'm not sure, but it almost feels like it could be purposeful, kind of how he was on Gorgeous, on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which does reign supreme as my favorite album from him. I think that y'all separate Donda too much. That's a different conversation, but I think Donda is one of his top tier albums as well. So I'm not one of those people that feels like his career has been a consistent drop off since the beginning. I'm not one of those. I know that the rap heads and the hip hop head people, which I am one of, but I understand why y'all like College Dropout and Late Registration the most. And maybe Graduation. My favorite Kanye albums are the production heavy albums like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Donda, 808s and Heartbreak, Life of Pablo. Those are the ones that I gravitate to the most. So this does find its way into that lane. However, that flat sound, that flat tone that you hear on this track, which doesn't disrupt this, it sounds like it could be a good track as a standalone. What I will say about this album that I did not like was that flat tone found its way throughout pretty much the entirety of the album. So I love this as an intro. I love his flow on here. If y'all haven't heard this, you need to go over there and you need to check it out. I love his rapping skills here. He is rapping better than I've heard him rap in a very long time. He's rapping better on this project than he was even rapping on Donda, to me. But the production, the song making ability, the structure, the songwriting, all of that on Donda is far superior. And I'm going to get to like what I grade this album here in a minute, but let's move on. From that, we get into This Is a Must, right?
You would think I'm standing outside, how I'm going in. Jumping out the gym while they ballin' on a lowered rim. Graduation days, I was coming for the glory then. Blessed blessings rained in, pouring in. I need more of them, yeah.
This is one of the tracks that I did like. Constant theme in production, dark, heavy, dark, heavy, uh, soulful even, but still flat. Like I don't know if it's like the mixing that he did or if he did it on purpose, but this, like I said, this is a constant theme throughout the entirety of the project. So by now, listening to the album, I'm looking at it like, dog, what's going on vocally, you know? And there was a lot of AI rumors, right? There were a lot of rumors that like, oh, he's using AI on this album. I sure hope not. Because I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. If he was using AI, I feel like it would be great to sound like the old Kanye or the more vocal, the more vocally aggressive, powerful Kanye than flat tone Kanye that we get on Gorgeous, and it's a classic on Gorgeous, but I don't know if a whole album's worth of that flat tone is good. So that goes into Father with Travis Scott, which I like the song and I like the video. A lot of y'all were talking crazy about the video. And you can hear right here just the tonality of the song. It's continuously heavy bass, heavy. It's just a heavy, dark album. But all of the lyrics are not dark, and we're going to get to that too.
You've been good. I just want to say thank you, Lord.
I love that heavy, dark beat with like old school Southern gospel, bro. Like, and he does that quite often throughout this, and he continues to rap really well here. I do want to praise his rapping ability on this album. I want to praise his production on this album. I feel like the songwriting was good, and you know that goes into all of the love. Punch Drunk is a really good one. Let's go ahead and jump over to that.
This time we taking over. Out of space going solar. Back then they showed no love. Punch Drunk hungover.
Once again, super soulful beat. This one doesn't get so dark and heavy, but it's that same soul loving. And that's what I think Kanye is doing with this album for the main part. And I think that what he's doing here is he is selling two versions of himself. He's selling like the dark music and the heavy that everybody has fallen for, and he's selling the soulful side that everyone is falling for. I think the one error that he made on this album, in all honesty, I might end up biting my words later. I don't know if this ends up being like a wave or what, but the flat tone is, you know, I'm not gonna say it killed the album because I still really like the album. I've listened to it a bunch. I've listened to it in the gym. I listened to it in the car. I listened to it on my headphones. The album is good. The production is great. I just think that flat tone just could have been better in a bunch of different places as well. You know what I mean? Like he didn't have to do that throughout the entirety of the project. All right, let's skate around a little bit here. Let's go into one of the highlights to me. Sisters and Brothers. I think this is the best track on the album, in my opinion, and it's followed by probably the second best. So let's go over these two records real quick, and then we'll kind of get into what I think about the whole project in its entirety.
Sister and brother.
I love the way he mixed in like that Southern old school sample, like the gospel sample with these. Oh my gosh. I love it, dude. I love this.
It's finna get a lot more dangerous.
Wait a minute.
My brothers move a lot like strangers.
Classic Ye.
They say I'm blacking out like Akon.
Yes, sir.
I'm feeling more con like Genghis. What they gon' do with them? Take some time off, they act like they don't remember. Couple fortnights and at least 2 winners. Back with the head taps and the head spinners. I've been blowing money fast, it could not go quicker. Throw it in the bag like a fastball pitcher. Designated hate for the designated hitter. Give it all you got, it does not make a difference. I've been high.
And see, the writing here is superior to everything else on the album to me. Like, designated hate for the designated hitter. I love that. Like, That's those types of lyrics that really put you in a mental state of like thinking about what he's saying. And by the time you really wrap your mind around it, it gets back into this crazy like it's almost a trance that you go into with this beat and the sample that he used, right?
I off living, man, I finna OD. White feet just hit the runway, OT. They think we off key, but it's anarchy. Benz on the 4-5 going Mach 3. It's nothing to discuss, so we not gon' speak. They never gave justice, so y'all know peace. Bank account filled with the root of all evil. Anti-hero, vigilante.
Wow. Wow, bro. Excellence. That to me could not be better. I don't even care about the flat tonality here. That song to me could not be any better. That's perfection to me as far as making records is concerned. Just being a great producer, have good production skills. And then that song leads into Bully, which CeeLo, I love CeeLo. CeeLo's soulful chant, we'll call it here, is phenomenal to me as well. Great record. Let's go. Love this beat.
You made a kingdom fall in love. I'll take the pill, it's small enough. Too late, my systems run amok. I wanna beat somebody up like a bully.
I love the melodic flow here, like getting into the melody there, and the lyricism, the production. This song is greatness. I really love these two songs. And listen to the way he changes the melody here.
Wish I'd be quiet. Don't preach to a God. A God. To a God. To tell the truth.
Yeah, obey. Hey, baby, do what I say. Like it ain't no other way. Baby, do what I say. I said obey.
Yeah, man. This is Bully is a whole anthem, and that's a great self-titled track. So let's get into the full project, right? I don't want to keep going over all of the different songs, but let's go over what we feel about it in full. So like I said in the beginning of the video, I'll go into this album with super high expectations because it is Kanye West. I don't care what he's been doing recently. I don't care how off the rails he is. No matter any of that, he's always delivered when it comes to the art. So I got high expectations here. And what I want to say and what I want to highlight is that even with super high expectations, I feel like he delivered. I have my gripes, like a lot of it doesn't feel like, oh man, I got to go back and play that one. I got to go back and play that one. There's not a lot of those, but there's enough. Like those two that we just listened to, Sisters and Brothers, Bully. Those are records that I am going to consistently go back to. It feels like a soundtrack to your life type of moment. And if anything, I think that Kanye has shown the world that he still got it. Strangely enough, I don't feel like he's ever lost it. But I remember when Donda was released, the literally going to sleep and spending the night in Mercedes-Benz Stadium to make sure that you finish the album and put the album out, the rollout of that album. Everything about Donda was masterful, bro, and it ended up being a masterpiece. It ended up being a classic album to me. Yeah, I think it might be our last hip-hop classic album for a long time. Just a straight up classic. No skips. Great production, great rapping, great the putting of pieces together on Donda was just heroic. It was incredible. And that's what I've grown to love about Kanye. I mean, I love his music. I love his music. And while I will say that I think that this not being his worst being what he's done with Ty Dolla $ign, those two Vultures albums, I will say that I'm proud to see that he has at least elevated back to his solo. He has elevated above what he delivered with Vultures and Vultures 2. Those are not great albums to me. There's like 3 good songs out of everything that they did to me. So overall, I want to rate this album. If I was going to give it a scale of, or if I was going to rate this album on a scale of 0 being the worst, 10 being a classic, I would have to say that I give this album about a 6.8. And the reason that I give it that 0.8 is because I think with time, with growth, with maybe him coming in and changing a little bit here and there, as he's known to do, I can see that growing into a strong 7.5. But I do think that it was prematurely put out. I don't think that you should have put it out until like those flat vocals is really one of my only gripes. And then just not really having anything that I feel like, man, that's so necessary that I go back and listen to this. Now, I love but this is the thing, and this is the thing about every Kanye project. What I love, you know? I think Sisters and Brothers is incredible. I just the beat, the production, the sample, the way that oh man, dude, that's masterful. Bully, I think is a masterpiece because it's effective, man. It just makes you feel. And that's what any artist is looking to do for the people that are listening to the music. So I salute Kanye for this album. I think that it's a good album. I don't think that there was any AI used here. If so, then it wasn't. It's not like he was using AI to plug his own vocals or anything like that, which I think a lot of people were trying to say. I don't think that that's what ended up happening. I saw him post something that said like, "Yo, my album's dropping. This is no AI." I don't think he would have said that if there was AI. I think Kanye would just own it. He would be like, "Yeah, I did it. So what?" That's Kanye, you know? And my hopes for the future of this album is that Kanye does consistently continue to tinker, if you will. He did that with The Life of Pablo. And I think that that's one of the cool points about having streaming, right? Like you can buy the album or you can stream the album and Kanye can continue to produce. If he feels like this would sound better this way, he can go and edit it and then that's the way that we're all going to hear it from that point forward. I think that that's dope. I think that that's I haven't seen any other producer or any other artist do that, so I think that it's dope that he does do that, and I hope he continues to do that with this album because I think this album has the potential to be like the rest of his albums, which are going to go anywhere between an 8.5 and a 10. But there's a flatness to it that I can't get over, and it's ironic because the first version of Bully that I heard, I think, was some kind of AI nonsense it wasn't even the same album. Like the first link that I saw on my algorithm for whatever reason, like when I clicked on that, it was not this. It wasn't even similar. And I thought to myself, he sounds dead. Like it just no umph. And ironically, on the real album, even though I like the real album and there's a lot on the album I love, there's still a sense of like, where's your personality here? Like Kanye is normally so bold and unapologetically him. And I feel like on this project, the one gripe that I would have is that he almost sounds like he is apologetically him. You know what I mean? I need that unapologetic nature. I need that soul to come out. I need to feel the music differently in a lot of places here, but overall, it's still great and it sounds great. So I'm gonna give it a 6.8. 6.8 out of 10. What I love on here, I love. What I don't like on here, I'm literally never going to listen to again. But there's some good stuff here, and I want everybody to take that away. Like, even after having some of the roughest years of his life in these past 5 years, he's still been able to put out a solo album that sounds good, you know? And um just genuinely m- in my opinion, the greatest producer of all time. Genuinely, especially when we're talking in terms of hip hop. His production skills are outlandish. It's not even questionable. It's not even debatable. Greatest producer of all time. I put him above Dre. I put him above DJ Premier. Put him above Alchemist. I put him above anybody, man. Kanye is just that dude when it comes to production. And since my dark twisted fantasy, that it seems to be what he cares about the most. He doesn't care about being the best rapper. He cares about being the best musician. And I think it shows through the music. I think his music it's always good. And I look for in all artists a fall off point. And I'll be honest with you guys, I still don't think that we've reached that point with Ye. I don't think that this sounds like a fall off. It sounds like an experiment that went right. That's exactly what it sounds like. This album sounds like an experiment that went right. 6.8 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe on your way out. I will see y'all on the next one. Okay? Peace.